This is the Minecraft Wild Update, and here are the 71 new things you can find in 1.19. But first, we've got a problem. The YouTube analytics gods bet me that you can't subscribe before I hit the ground. So if you want to prove them wrong, land on that subscribe button below. It's free, and it helps out a ton.
Skip now!
First, we've got the new biome. This is a mangrove swamp, and you can probably guess why it's called that is because we've got these new blocks and trees that spawn. These are the mangrove trees. So if you want to place one right in that dirt block,
I did it!
it takes a lot of bone meal to do, so give that a shot. You might want to step back. Yeah.
Oh my god!
Hey!
Let's clear out some of these roots so we can talk about some of the new blocks that got added in. So first, as you can see in these, you can actually find the mangrove logs. They're a little high up on this one, just because we spawned it on ground.
Oh.
But that gives you this new wood log.
Mine!
Dude, this thing looks like a raw steak.
You can actually craft that into a new kind of planks, which at first I thought would look like the crimson planks, but actually when you put them side by side, there is enough of a difference.
Yeah, one of them is purple, one of them is red.
Nothing gets past you. We've also got new leaves. If you bone meal them, as we saw earlier, that is how you get the propagule saplings. Let's keep moving. We got 71 of these things to cover. We've got the new mob that spawns in these mangrove swamps, which is the frog.
Oh!
So there's 3 different variants for the frog. You've got the temperate, the cold, and the warm. And that depends on where they spawn. So these ones, because they're in the mangrove, you're gonna get the warm variant. Now, Dan, if you wanna grab some of the slime balls out of this chest, you can actually see that you can breed them.
Breed them with slime?
So once you get them breeding, they won't spawn a baby mob immediately, because actually what you're gonna get is this thing over here, which is a new item called frog spawn. So as you can see, these are the little eggs that are spawning in the water. Because the reason that you want one of these frogs is for the new block called the frog light. You get 3 different colors, and they're light blocks.
Oh, sick! These look really nice.
Now, as you'll see right there, if you have all 3 of the different colors in your inventory, you're able to get with our powers combined. Let's find out how to get the frog lights. As you can see, if you spawn a small magma cube next to a frog, it'll eat it, and that gives us a frog light.
What?
With the different types of frogs, you get the 3 different types of frog lights. The ochre one, which is the yellow, you'll get that from the temperate frog. You'll get the verdant from the cold frogs, and the pearlescent from the warm frogs.
That's beautiful.
Just as we mentioned, there are 3 different types of frogs, and actually when you have all 3 of them on a lead, you can go and get the new achievement. So Jay, you want to go grab that?
Oh, okay. They're not hostile, right?
Not at all. And that'll get you the
we
new
go.
advancement when the squad hops into town.
Try and mess with me now.
Let's finally answer the question of what you get from the frog spawn eggs, which is tadpoles.
Oh, look at them!
If you want to do a shift right click on the tadpole, you can get it in a bucket. And that gets you the new advancement, bucket.
That's awesome.
As you guys have probably noticed, there is this other new block that we're standing on. This is called mud.
Oh.
So this is actually a block that'll spawn in the mangrove swamps, but it's also possible to get through using different kinds of dirt. So I'm going to give you a water bottle and right click that on these different kinds of dirt, and you'll notice it turns it into mud. First, what I want to show you is that if you place mud on this block from the caves and cliffs, the dripstone, with a pointed dripstone coming out, eventually you get clay.
Oh, sick!
What?
And that gives you a renewable form of clay in bedrock. We can actually use this mud with another new block, the mangrove roots, to get muddy mangrove roots. You can harvest these roots with just your fist. And then if you take mud and mangrove roots and you do that in your crafting grid, you'll get the muddy mangrove roots, which is this decoration block that we got here.
Ooh.
Looks like the mud is in jail, and I like that. I think that's pretty cool looking.
So actually, that's not the only thing that you can do with mud. You can also put it together with wheat and get packed mud, which by itself is a decoration block that kind of looks like dirt. If you want to craft those up, Jay.
Put that there. Some wheat. Packed mud. Why does his look cooler than mine?
Because if you take 4 of these packed mud into a grid, you can get mud bricks. If you actually take these mud bricks that you got, you can put them in a stone cutter and get different kinds of walls, stairs, and slabs. All right, let's get going because we still have like 50 more of these to cover. So next one that we actually have to cover is the chest boat.
Oh, sick!
Dude, this is you. That's all you, man. Get in there. Yeah, baby.
Wait, really though? Chest boats! That's sick!
While you're in the chest boat, you can hit E, and you'll see that you have a whole chest inventory. So I'm actually gonna put some of our other stuff in there.
I can store my tadpole child in there and forget about him for later.
Exactly.
Oh my god.
You can craft one of these just simply with a boat and a chest. In line with these changes to the chest boat, we also have changes to the regular boats.
Ooh.
Oh, really?
They used to have this texture down here, where all of the ores would be this kind of like oak color, but now they all have their own individual one.
Oh, well, finally.
Right over to our left, we've got 4 of these new paintings. Originally, these are only in Bedrock Edition, but using a data pack like we have here, we were able to get them into vanilla.
These are the 4 nations. It's water, earth, fire, and air.
So now we've got a new place command. So this place command can put down new structures. So hit that button, and there you go. That's how the place command works.
Oh my god!
Oh, no way!
Wow, look at all this loot that I'm stealing from them. Hey, what's happening? Hey, what's happening? Yo, don't go in there! Don't go in there!
We gotta teleport out of here before anything gets too bad. I don't have life insurance on you two. On top of that structural change is that we now have the updated locate commands. So with these, you can search for something even more specific. So if I want to find like a biome that has, let's say like a plains village, I can look for that. While the commands got fixed, there also are a couple of bug fixes. One of the first bug fixes is that you can no longer change your gamma set. Do you mind? So one of the things that changed is that you can no longer change your gamma in the options text file. So originally you were able to change it so that your gamma would always be full bright, but now if you do it, it's just going to be dark in this. Now you'll notice is that there used to be a problem in the old screenshots here where if a door was flipped, it wasn't consistent with the texture on its side. So if you'd flip it, this part should have stayed along one side, but now it does.
Oh, thank God. I'm really relieved that's been taken care of.
Well, you're going to be even more relieved to hear that entities with knockback resistance will now experience reduced knockback from punch bows. So if you have something like a Ravager, which is a, a little fierce. In the past, if you had a punch bow and you tried to knock it back, it would fly back as a regular mob would, but now it takes reduced knockback. But something like Failbow will take a lot of punch knockback. Vexes actually got a change here as well. There used to be a bug where if they were attacking something like an iron golem or a snow golem, they would keep attacking after they killed the mob. If they were to kill like one of you guys, they would keep attacking your area.
No, I'd rather not!
One of my favorite bug fixes that they did is that the Striders, when they were spawned with no AI, they would still get cold. But now if you spawn a Strider with no AI, it stays warm and happy.
Hey, dude, what a nice guy.
So with these buttons, you'll notice that there's something new called the Shriek.
Whoa.
And the Skulk Soul.
Well, that's a little messed up just to see a little spirit flicker away into the ether.
We also have 4 new songs that were added in. So we've got Firebugs, Airy, Ancestry, and Labyrinthine. Let's go check out the new section because there's actually some texture changes that have happened.
Woo, texture changes that have happened. Yeah.
Ooh,
So, first one, the Brewing Stand's arms now connect to the base.
Yes!
Well, if you thought that was big, get ready for the Cocoa Pods, because these now have their stage 2 texture updated so that it actually is 8 pixels instead of 7.
I'm not gonna lie, I kind of hate that because this is so funny. Why were they 7 pixels?
These 2 changes are actually pretty similar. We have the end portal frame now blends in better next to endstone, although I don't know why they fixed that, because end portal frames don't generate naturally on top of endstone.
You would never have them near each other, but okay.
And the same happens for Mycelium and Dirt, which is a little bit more of a common occurrence. You're gonna have to get a real close-up look for this one, because now the Smoker's bottom pixel originally wasn't aligned. So you would see it like this, as you can see in the item frame. It used to have off to the side, whereas the other ones were aligned to the center.
So this is where our taxes are going.
Yeah. This is where our taxes are going?
It's been changed so that when you place a fence in an item frame, these horizontal bits are thicker. Jay, you want to model this for us?
Absolutely.
What you can see is that the brown bar on the back of leather-dyed helmets extends down to the bottom.
Look at this business in the front, party in the back.
You can keep that hat if you want to.
Yes! Yes! Yes!
So this one actually did bother me a little bit, so I'm glad that they fixed it. The shields now align with the middle of the item frame, whereas in the past they aligned off center.
Oh, that is infuriating.
Now if you rotate it, it actually rotates in the center. We've got a couple of different wardrobe changes. The Evoker, the Illusioner, the Witch, as well as the Villager and the Zombie Villager have had it so that their robes are 2 pixels wider. But these 2 mobs, the Pillager and the Vindicator, have had their coats shortened.
Ooh, scandalous.
All right, let's get out of here before we end up on some kind of gossip magazine. Do you guys want to talk about the goat or the Allay first?
I think Dan wants to talk about the
I'll talk
goat.
about the goat.
To get this new item called the Goat Horn, we're gonna have to go to this example. If you stand still and move right out of the way, it'll charge after you. And if it rams its head without hitting you, it breaks off one of its horns.
What? That's awesome.
So it'll actually drop both of its horns, but you can see that its model changed. And as you're finding out right there, these horns can make different sounds. So there's actually 8 different horns, each with their own sound. So that's call. We also have ponder, sing, seek, feel, admire, yearn, and dream. Here, you can see what dream sounds
Oh my
like.
God.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Wow, it's just like him.
On top of the goat finally getting its functionality, let's talk about a new mob with an entirely new functionality.
Ooh.
This
let's go.
is the allay. So first, let's grab some stuff because you can only find these in pillager outposts and mansions, and I don't know if any of them are still walking around. There's a few pillagers off to the side here, so let's go kill them before we go and save our allays. So as you can see here, they'll actually trap these allays, and you can find up to 3 allays in one of these cages. We'll free these later, but let's find out how to use them first. So this little cutie is one of the things from the mob vote, and by default, it's not tamed, but if, Dan, you want to give it an item that you have, some kind of stackable item or whatnot.
Please.
So if I right-click it with my netherite axe, now it's tamed to me. And if you throw a netherite axe on the floor,
Oh, yeah.
it'll pick it up and bring it over to me.
What?
And that's how I got this advancement. You got a friend in me. You have to have an allay deliver an item to you. And then as soon as I right click it, I take it away and then it's untamed. And then you guys could tame it. So if we give this allay, I'm gonna stop right clicking it with my tadpole buddy. If you program it with cake and then you hit a note block within a certain radius of it, then for 30 seconds, it'll deliver things to that note block. So if I do a cake, it won't drop it to, come on, it won't drop it to me.
Sorry.
It'll drop it over here. And then you get the birthday Sonic advancement, which is when you have an allay, drop a cake at a note block. So with this, you could imagine that you can program different allays to different note blocks and have something of an item sorter.
Dude, that's awesome.
So that's our, that's the allay. Let me actually show you guys one thing that's cool upstairs. Jay, if you want to run up here first. So if you check that chest, you'll actually notice that now in Pillager Outpost, they spawn with the new goat horn.
Nice. I got ponder. I ponder what it sounds like. It's awful.
Let's set out. Because here we actually have some changes that you might have missed at first. Now you can place glow lichen and vines on soul sand and max level snow.
Oh yeah. Wow. That's a very specific niche thing, and I find it to be very useful for building.
Yeah, it gives builders some new stuff to play around with. That's a pretty subtle change, but something big actually happened here with leaves. They're now waterloggable.
Oh, what?
And if you think that's cool, there's a little bit of a trick. If I place 2 leaves, I place the first one with a water bucket and the second one with a bucket of tropical fish, give it some time to sink up to the top, and then break this, I now have a tiny fish aquarium.
Awesome. That's all I ever wanted.
Now there's been a change where if you blow up an ore or spawner with TNT that the player ignited, it'll drop experience points. Dan, if you want to give that a go.
Oh, please, absolutely.
Don't give Dan any exploding TNT.
And Dan?
Oh, wait, it drops the ore and everything too?
Yeah, TNT has 100% collection, so it'll drop the items and the EXP. And I don't know why you would do this, but now if you blow up a spawner, it'll also drop EXP. Oh gosh, Chompy, you might be a little bit close to the
Chompy!
No!
Hey, you dropped XP though, so yeah, 100% collection.
This is actually a change that I didn't even know needed to be changed. But now scaffolding burns for 1/4 of a smelt instead of 2. The original problem would be that if you crafted bamboo into scaffolding, you would actually get a very high return on your smelts. And all of a sudden you've turned 6 bamboo, which is like 1.5 smelts, into 12.
I don't see anything wrong with that at all.
We have something now where the parrot can imitate the warden.
Really?
Yeah, this is the sound that it would make. So that's a parrot making a warden sound. But Jay doesn't know about the warden yet, so
I don't.
Let's hold off on that. There's something new with our wandering traders, where they'll now trade that mangrove propagule that we get. So if you take 5 emeralds, you can get a mangrove propagule. Let's keep moving. And Jay, I'll ask you to ignore these other blocks that are spawning. We'll talk about those later.
Yeah, shouldn't be a problem.
Now there is a thing, which is if you craft a minecart with a block, it's now shapeless. Normally you'd put it one on top of the other, and that's how it was supposed to be. But now you can move the chest to one corner, the minecart to wherever else you want, and it'll still work.
Oh, okay. I guess that makes sense.
Another change that you'll notice is that if you were to break one of these things that has something in it, originally it would drop them both separate, but now it drops them together. Let's go talk about why there's this skulk spawning everywhere, all right?
Oh,
okay,
boy.
I will admit it is hard for me to ignore it because it's everywhere and it's freaking me out.
Welcome to the deep dark.
Oh, what?
Oh, why do they call it that?
This here is a new biome that spawns way at the bottom of the world. If you check our coordinates, we're negative 34. What's interesting is that this biome spawns no mobs, which sounds pretty nice, but I'll tell you why you might want to reconsider living here. And what we're in right now is called an ancient city. So this is a new structure that was added in as well.
Yo, what?
This is a structure?
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh.
But if you guys actually step back here and look up at these blocks that were above us, there's a hidden block here called reinforced deep slate. We have deep slate around us as well, but this one is different because you can't actually collect it in survival. First, let's look at some cool new decoration blocks that we have. We have Skulk Vein, which is a kind of vines glow lichen thing, and Skulk, which if you break Skulk, you actually get XP.
All right.
What?
So this is actually an XP storage block. Think of it as a bottle of enchanting in block form. That is Soulfire. So these are new blocks that you're going to be able to get a little later with something called the Skulk Catalyst. But first, let's show off the Skulk Sensor, because it's making a lot of noise. If we step back here, you'll notice that the Skulk Sensor, right now it doesn't detect us, but if you walk close, it sends a little sound vibration, and these Skulk sensors will pick up on sound.
Huh.
But what's also cool is that they work with redstone. So you can use these for proximity lights.
Oh, yeah.
What?
Real quick, Jay, if you were to shift next to this, you'll get something called Sneak 100, which happens when you sneak next to a Skulk sensor. See, that'll allow it to not hear you. So that'll be helpful to sneak by some of the other things that we got going on here, like the Skulk Shrieker. 3 shrieks would normally summon the Warden, but luckily we have it turned off with a debug stick. This is actually how you're going to be able to get some of this Skulk blocks. So this is called a Skulk Catalyst. It's a new block. So if you were to kill a mob next to this, let's just get rid of this zombie.
Got him.
Get rid of that zombie.
You'll get the
Oh,
achievement,
my
it
God.
spreads. So XP that spawns next to it will spread into Skulk.
it took its soul.
This is actually gonna get pretty out of hand. If we just flip this lever to turn on zombies with entity cramming, you're gonna see that it spreads pretty quick.
Oh, God.
This all seems pretty dreary. Why would you even come down to the ancient cities in the deep dark? Well, for a few reasons, and one of them is the disc fragments. So in chests, you would normally find these 9 disc fragments. You guys want to grab those, and if you craft them in a crafting grid, you can get the new disc 5. This is the only disc you ever have to craft, and if you listen to it, it's a lot like disc 11, which is to say scary and bad.
Oh, God. Whoa, why'd it get dark? Why'd it get dark? Pop charter.
Let's keep moving before something gets out of hand.
Oh, cool.
So what we just saw there was a little taste of the new effect called darkness, which is this effect kind of like blindness that'll pulse in and out. But if you're not a fan of that, you can go to the accessibility settings and actually change your darkness pulsing. Some of the new items that you can also get is called an echo shard. So if you get 8 of these together, you can craft it into a recovery compass, which is another new item.
What?
And as Dan can maybe guess, just put the compass in the middle and it'll point to where you die. So if you want to grab that compass out of there, Dan, and you can hold it, it'll point you to that spot.
What? That's so helpful.
That is incredibly useful. That might be the best item ever added.
And while both of those items are pretty cool, there's also a new enchantment. This is the Swift Sneak enchantment that you'll be able to find in the ancient cities as well. And when you apply it to leggings, you can make yourself a pair of Swift Sneak leggings. And what these do, it makes you go about as fast as walking. If you do a comparison, it's the same walking speed when you're shifting.
What?
But also, if you go down here, it helps with crawling. Jay, if you wanna take that pickaxe, you'll see that you even crawl faster.
Ooh, I'm out. See you later, fellas. I got my own agenda. I don't like being in this cave, and guys, I'm scared.
Bro, my skin is the thing that's crawling right now. I genuinely don't like that. All bits aside, all recordings turned off. I hate that.
That's 70 things covered. I'm afraid we've just got one more. Let's play safe by grabbing some stuff out of here first, all right? We might be seeing right there that there's a new guy. This here's the Warden.
It's sound-based, right?
It's sound-based, yeah.
Okay, run.
I think it detects me.
It's sniffing you. It's sniffing you. And if you get hit by it, in hard mode, it does 45 damage.
That's a lot.
Dan?
Oh my God. Oh my, this thing
It's so fast.
Yo, why is this thing so fast?
So these have the most health of any mob in the game.
You know who doesn't have the most health of any mob in the game? Me! Oh my God.
And with that, folks, YouTube thinks that you might like this video. So see if they're right and have a good one, all right?